What's up, YouTube? It's ZTAY, aka Lil Red. I'm just happy I did not choose the Bulls growing up as a Chicago fan, because my goodness, bro. What are they doing? Lonzo Ball traded for Issac Okoro. Straight up, no draft picks, nothing. If you guys are new to the channel and I know you guys see the Bears hat, you're probably wondering, why are you not a Bulls fan? My family is from Chicago. I was forced to be a Bears fan, Cubs fan, and that's really it. They didn't really watch any other sports, so growing up in California, I took it upon myself to become a Lakers fan because of Kobe Bryant. And thank God I made the best choice of my life when it comes to sports, because the Bulls are just a horribly run organization. Like, this is ridiculous. I'm not gonna act like this is the craziest thing in the world. There's 12 million impressions on this tweet, by the way. So maybe it is kind of crazy. Lonzo Ball traded for Issac Okoro straight up. Now, Issac Okoro is not the worst player in the world, but like, he's not something you would want back for a former #2 pick in the draft. But I'm going to be real about Lonzo Ball, because I'm one of Lonzo's biggest fans. He's probably top 5 favorite player for me still, even after he left the Lakers. And he's obviously not the same as what he was or could have been because of all those knee surgeries that he's had. But that being said, I still seen some potential out of Lonzo Ball. Now, I think the Bulls are just afraid of that knee and the potential of him being out for so long again that they just decided to trade him. But what makes this worse is that the Chicago Bulls apparently were offered a first-round pick at the deadline and they declined it. I love the fit for Cleveland because, in my opinion, because they have Donovan Mitchell, they can't have Darius Garland. Now, I don't know what they're going to do with Darius Garland, but Lonzo Ball and Donovan Mitchell backcourt makes so much more sense for size and defense, because this is a defensive-minded team. If Lonzo could stay healthy, like, I really think the Cavs got a lot better. Now, because they traded for Lonzo Ball, that means that they're going to probably lose Ty Jerome in free agency, but Ty Jerome was absolutely horrible in the playoffs. Like, he was great in the regular season. Like, nobody thought Ty Jerome was going to be this good, but then during playoffs hit, he just wasn't ready. So there's that. I'm not gonna lie, this is bad. This is bad. So this is, first off, you see the return they got for all those trades they made. They got a whole bunch of players, but a whole bunch of nothing. Maybe Josh Giddey hit. That's it. I'm trying to think of the last time the Bulls were actually good. Like, for real good. They were #1 in the East when Lonzo Ball was healthy with DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, and Alex Caruso. Was it Alex Caruso on that team? Regardless, that team, those 3 guys looked like they're going to be good, and then Lonzo went down and the team just tanked badly. A lot of Bulls fans wanted a change when they were with Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan. But in my opinion, they were just missing that point guard. They didn't have the time to wait for Lonzo Ball. And let's be honest, I don't even know if anybody believed he was going to play again. That's how serious that injury was. But the first move the Bulls did was trade Alex Caruso away. And let's be honest, he was a great player for the team. Like, probably the best player on the team, let's be honest, outside of DeMar DeRozan at the time. And they traded him for Josh Giddey. I'm not going to act like that's the worst trade in the world, although I was not happy with it in the first place, because they got their first-round pick back. Now, they didn't gain anything. They got it back. And they traded a lot for Lonzo to get him, too. So it's just, I don't like to look at, like, what you traded for them and then what you got in return years later, because I just don't think that's a good measurement. In my mind, I look at the last time the Chicago Bulls were good. That was with Lonzo Ball, Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan healthy. Then Lonzo went down. Obviously, they're not going to be as good, and they gave up on the team. I'm not going to say that's right or wrong, but then they traded Alex Caruso away, and they traded Zach LaVine and DeRozan away, and they get Kevin Huerter, one of the worst contracts in the league. He's not good no more. Let's be honest. He is not the same ever since leaving Atlanta. Chris Duarte, who turned out to be a bust, even though he looked like he was going to be really good with the Pacers. Was it the Pacers, or was he playing with... Regardless, I think it was the Pacers. Issac Okoro, who we've seen in the playoffs, is a big reason why Cleveland loses every single year. I'm not going to blame it all on him, but he can't space the floor as another wing player that they have, right? And we've seen in that playing game they couldn't find any scoring. because they have a whole bunch of wing players. They don't got anybody to set up the offense besides Josh Giddey, and he's a non-shooter, so teams just not going to guard him. And it's very tough when you have a point guard running your team, the only point guard running your team, let's be honest, and teams aren't even guarding him. It's... Don't know what the Bulls are doing. It's like they have some GM or coach, I don't know what they got, some owner. They don't actually understand basketball. They just see a lot of players and a lot of, like, they traded 10 picks in the draft with the Lakers for cash. For cash. This is Chicago. Why do you need cash? What is the mindset of this Bulls GM? Like, is he struggling in life? And then they get Zach Collins. Don't get me started with Zach Collins. Like, in my opinion, probably one of my least favorite players in the league. He's just not good. And Trey Jones, very undersized point guard, not the best shooter, but he can. And 2 second-round picks for Zach LaVine, Alex Caruso, we see now as a 2-time champion, DeMar DeRozan, and Lonzo Ball. That's the return they get. It's awful. Looking at this is awful. At this point, I just don't know what the Bulls' plan is. Like, what is their vision? Do they even have a vision, or are they just on Trade Finder accepting anything that they can get? Maybe they're just trying to dump salary and try to hope to draw in a big name superstar in free agency. How much money do they even have? Do they even have money? Okay, they have a lot of money. So I think that's the direction the Chicago Bulls are going. They're saying like they're like 60 million under the cap. I don't even know if that's before or after the Lonzo trade. And we've seen for the last couple years, like I said, when Lonzo got hurt and they had DeRozan and LaVine and Caruso, that they weren't able to get over the hump. They also didn't have any money during that time because they were paying all those guys a lot of money. So maybe they just got frustrated feeling like they weren't competitive with all of the money that they were spending. And they said, might as well just have a whole bunch of money instead and reset. I'm not saying that's the worst thing in the world to reset with the roster they had, because it obviously wasn't working. But I honestly, genuinely think it wasn't working because Lonzo wasn't healthy. Now, I'm not even going to sit here and act like Lonzo Ball is going to be the savior of the team. But you could have got so much more back from him. That's why you could feel the frustration. You could have got so much more back for Lonzo Ball than Issac Okoro, bro. It's the most random trade, too. But I think what is happening is the Bulls saw some type of success last year with Josh Giddey. They made the play-in. They had the highlight of the year against the Lakers with the half-court buzzer beater, and I love the city of Chicago. They deserve that. I'm not even gonna hate. As a Bears fan, I love to see the city of Chicago happy, man. The Chicago fans deserve to be happy. Let's be honest. We go through a lot of shit. But I think they saw that they were winning, and now they feel like they could just build around Josh Giddey. Because I already heard that they're shopping Kobe White, their only other scorer. I don't know what they're trying to do. Are they going to go after a big name in free agency? Do you guys even think that a free agent will go to the Bulls? Like, who would not want to play for Chicago? This is Michael Jordan's former team. Like, this team's got some aura, but I feel like the owners and the GMs of this team killed all of that aura. Like, this is a historical franchise. This is one of the best franchises in NBA history because of Michael Jordan. You would think people would want to go there, but the management and the ownership is so bad that nobody is really wanting to go to the Bulls. Throughout my life, I don't think I've ever seen the Bulls be good outside of the Derrick Rose teams. And those teams, don't even get me started with those teams, because Tom Thibodeau ran Derrick Rose down to the ground, bro. We seen Tom Thibodeau doing that in New York too. I'm not going to scapegoat anybody in Chicago, but there is something going on with the franchise to where the aura is now gone. They had a lot of good players and they're all gone. I don't think this is the end of the world for the Chicago Bulls, though. They are resetting. I don't think they're like the Washington Wizards or the New Orleans Pelicans or the Utah Jazz. Like, this is Chicago. I would think a superstar is going to want to go there. And I bet that's what the Bulls are trying to bank their hopes and dreams on, is that they land a superstar in free agency. I'm not going to lie to you. Free agency this year don't look like they're getting a superstar, bro, unless they somehow get James Harden. But that's not going to happen because they want to build around Josh Giddey. And that's a whole different story because Josh Giddey, I'm sure like playing with a pass first point guard is cool and all, but he ruins floor spacing. He ruins it. It's not easy to play around him. You've seen how much talent the Oklahoma City Thunder have. They made one little trade for a floor spacer and a defender. And they went from being a really good team 2 years ago to being the champions last year or this year, however you want to put it. I'm not going to say Josh Giddey is horrible, but it's not going to be easy to build a championship team around him. And there's proof of it because the Thunder couldn't win with him. And then without them, they just dominated. But the Bulls didn't get not one first round pick in any of those trades. Like, this is ridiculous, bro. Zach LaVine alone should be at least one first round. DeMar DeRozan, you could argue maybe not. Caruso should be a first round pick. Lonzo should be a first round pick. DeRozan, I don't care. Should be a first. You should have got 4 first round picks and you end up with 2 seconds and your own one back. According to a league source, the Bulls had a firm offer to get a first round pick and take on future money for Lonzo Ball and extended him instead. And then they traded him for not a first round pick. Don't know what is going on. Who is their owner? Who is their GM? I don't know what the Chicago Bulls are doing. And like I said, man, I'm so happy I didn't get sucked into the Chicago Bulls fandom growing up. Because like I said, my family didn't really watch basketball like that. They didn't. Thank God they didn't. Because a lot of people and family around me were Bulls fans, but I'm so happy I chose the Lakers as a kid because in my opinion, once you choose a team as a kid, you stick with them for life. That's how sports work. For the people changing teams based on where their favorite player goes, I don't understand that at all. I never will. That being said, y'all see that? I've been a Bears fan since I've been 4 years old. I've been watching the Bears since 4 years old. I've been a Bears fan before I was born. Let's be honest. That's how Chicago fans work, bro. You just born into it. And I thank the Lord every day that I was not born to be a Chicago Bulls fan because this is getting sad.